Welcome to Hotline 21, and I'm your host today at the Gift House, and we have a great guest for you today. But before I get into my guest, for those of you who want to get tested, what you want to do, you want to come right over to Gift House at 1309 South Kedzie, and if you have any questions, you can send us an email, thegifthouse@sbcglobal.net, or you can check us out on the web, www.thegifthouse.org. And other times you can call us on the phone, and our number's right there, 773-522-2420. If you have any questions concerning STDs, HIV, or any of the sexually transmitted diseases, we will be available to assist you. And as I was saying about our guest is Margot. Okay, Margot Mediel.
Dumel.
Dumel.
Yeah,
I didn't change her name. Okay, and Margot, she has something that's really, really interesting, and we're gonna really try to plow our way through this. We got so much material. I've got so much material that I'm looking at, and we're going to do a demonstration too to see how well this works. Now I'm excited about this, and you ought to be excited about it too, Margot, because you're going to be showing us how this whole system works. Margot is going to tell us about something that is completely new to me called Reiki. Okay, and Margot, before we get into you telling us about Reiki and what it means, how did you get into Reiki?
I was just on a healing path many years ago and just exploring a lot of different things. So one thing led to the other. I met some Reiki masters, and they told me the benefits of Reiki and that it was a very easy thing to learn, that everybody can learn it. So I went for it. I took the classes. You have a series of classes to go through the different levels of Reiki.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been doing Reiki thus far?
About maybe 20 years. So
nice. You look so young.
So long time, yeah.
Okay, so now Reiki, is it a form of alternative healing?
Yes, it is. So regular Western medicine is, pills for a specific illness and surgeries and all of that. While alternative medicine, encompasses energy work, and this is part of energy work. And there's a lot of different kinds of energy work that's out there. And, also natural cures and frequency cures and all of that. But you want me to show the book?
No. We're going to get to it, though. We're going to get to it.
Okay. But Reiki is a form of energy healing, and it's a very ancient form. And in the mid-1800s, a Japanese monk was looking for the origins and techniques of how Jesus healed. So he went a lot of places and ended up in India, where he went to Buddhist monasteries in India, and he learned the techniques, which he then took back to Japan. And a lot of ancient techniques were never written down, and they were passed verbally down through, master to student, and you had to do trials and tribulations to get that. So eventually he went to Japan, and he taught a few people, and one of the women that he taught was a woman who lived in Hawaii, and so she then took it to the United States, and it's spread since then. So it is a very well-known method right now.
Okay, now let me ask you, what is the body in regards to quantum?
Well, the whole point is quantum physics that we've learned now in the 21st century is that, any matter can be a particle or a wave. So what I look like I'm solid, you look like you're solid, but you're not. You're just waves of energy, frequency interference waves, and so you can, so that means that everything is energy. And so if everything is energy, you can communicate with everything and you can influence everything by using other forms of energy to do that.
Got it. Now, we got so much stuff to cover, so I want to get us going. Can you do a demonstration while we still
keep talking?
Still keep talking?
Sure. I'm going to do the first 5 positions of Reiki on you.
Okay.
I'm going to have to stand up for a little bit, and
Right
I'm going
ahead.
to cover
Go
your
right ahead.
eyes for the first part. But you can still
take
keep
my glasses
talking.
off? Take my glasses off?
No, you could still keep talking.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Reiki. This is the first position. I'm sending Reiki energy.
Now, should I close my eyes or keep my eyes open?
You could close your eyes for a
Okay.
little bit. And now I'm gonna move. So this is a shortened version of it, but okay, now you can open your eyes. I'm gonna move to the sides of your head, next to in front of your ears. Okay, now we're gonna move to your crown chakra.
Okay.
And we'll show a picture of chakras a little bit later, but that is the Indian form of energy body description, where you have 7 major chakras. Now I'm going through the back of the head. But there are 7 major chakras, but there are many minor chakras also. And you can get very complicated. But now I'm going to move my hands around to the front through your throat chakra. And this is the communication chakra. Now to your shoulders. So also there are standard hand positions for a Reiki session, but people also, you could kind of do what you feel is necessary. And then I'm going to finish up with this one. Is with a heart position. So this is sending energy through the heart chakra. And so a full Reiki session would send energy starting at the crown chakra, starting at the head, going all the way to the front of the body, and then doing the back chakra positions too. Okay, so there you go.
Now, when you said that the monk, when he went and he was trying to find out how Jesus healed, can Reiki be used to actually heal a person who has a disease or some type of illness or fatal illness?
Yes, definitely. It is healing. It is a healing practice, but the Reiki practitioner is not a healer in terms of, I don't take my personal energy and heal the patient. What it is, it's channeling universal energy through the person, and that clears the blockages in their electric energy system, in their chakras, in their meridians. It clears all of that out, and it lets the body go into a very deep, restful state, and then the body heals itself. And so definitely, Reiki practitioners should practice on themselves. Every day they should give themselves Reiki. You could give people Reiki, animals Reiki, plants Reiki. You could Reiki your food before you eat it, seeds before you plant them. You could send Reiki to the world. You could do all kinds of things with Reiki. It's universal, but it basically is kind of like water. It goes where it needs to go. So let's say you said to me, my shoulder hurts, can you give me some Reiki? I can give you some Reiki, but what I didn't know is maybe you have a headache too. And the Reiki the energy will just go to the headache,
Gotcha.
too. So it kind of flows just like water. So everybody has this energy field. Everybody is basically an energy body first and foremost. So when you have a Reiki attunement and you become a Reiki practitioner, you can just focus more, and you could send more energy. So it's multiplied like 90% more. You can send more energy when you do that.
Now, let me ask you this. Are we only a physical body?
No, I mean, definitely not. You exist in all dimensions in time and space, and I wish if we got a picture of these energy bodies. They're very complicated.
Okay, well, no, keep talking. Let me see, can I dig them up?
So basically, the situation with what people consider reality is that you have what you can see and what you can hear and what you can feel. And, you know, the human body can only hear a certain type of sound from, you know, this frequency to that frequency. And dogs can hear a higher frequency, whales can make a lower frequency. And in terms of sight, we only see to a certain frequency, and the ultraviolet and the infrared we cannot see. But we have machines, we have infrared cameras that can take pictures there. And we know animals can see infrared because a lot of times they're seeing things that we don't know what they're looking at, you know, that spot in your house where the dog is looking. So they're seeing something that is outside of our range of perception. So what we have as reality is just what we consider what we can see, hear, and feel. But already we have examples of technology where we know reality exists when we're not there. So we're watching CAN-TV right now, but what happens to Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 9 when we're not watching? It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It means we're just not tuned to that frequency. So it's all about the matching frequencies. We can see and feel and hear when we're in a specific frequency together. So I could actually show from the book.
What about here? This one with this big
Okay, so that's, yeah, click that on, can you?
Okay, let me bring that up. Okay.
That's kind of showing everything. So that is a picture of basically a chakra system, which is the Indian form of describing the energy bodies. So you have, at the very top, you have the crown chakra, which is purple. You have the brow chakra, which is a darker blue, the throat chakra, turquoise blue. Heart is green. You have the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root chakras. So if you have an illness, you can also work with the colors of that specific chakra to heal yourself. For example, the yellow...
I'm going to come back to you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
For example, if you have heart problems, you could, the color for the heart chakra is green. You could wear green clothing. You know, you could have green items with you on your desk, green crystals. You know, it's just the frequency. So that is a frequency of color and light, and that reflects health around that area.
Now, I brought with me today the amethyst, and what is amethyst used for?
Now, what would you think it is used for? What color is it then?
It's purple.
Purple.
So, almost like royalty.
That's right. So that would be for the crown chakra. You know, so that is, you know, spirituality.
Gotcha.
And there are also some slight variations on the chakra colors, and there is supposed to be a chakra above your head and below your feet, too, that anchors you to the sky and to the earth. And those, I think that one is supposed to be gold on top. But definitely that amethyst is a beautiful stone to help a spiritual practice, help in meditation, and you've got quite a large one there, so that's a nice generator crystal. They call the big ones the generator crystals.
Ah.
So you've got a lot of energy going that way.
Good, good, good. Now, so what if a person has some type of illness like a cancer or maybe a kidney disease or diabetes or something like that? What chakra should they wear?
Well, I mean,
I think we have a caller.
Okay.
Yes, caller. What's your question or comment?
Good evening. Sometimes people got to be very, very careful in terms of the information they're getting. There was one doctor not too long, well, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, a matter of fact, was sitting in the same seat that you were sitting in, and they were saying the body operate on so many, like on megahertz, and we go below a certain megahertz, the body wind up having certain types of problems, certain types of illness. Could you elaborate on that, if that's so or not so, whatever the case may be?
Right, right. So again, that's speaking about frequency healing. And the body, so the earth resonates at a specific frequency. That's called the Schumann frequency.
Okay.
And physical bodies operate at a certain frequency, and like bones and muscles. So, right. And then certain other items like essential oils, certain plants will be at a very higher frequency, and they're used for the spiritual healing. And then if you want to work on the physical healing, you would work at a certain frequency. And I'm not sure exactly what that is, if it's about 100 megahertz, 120 or 80. There is a certain frequency. And then the lower frequencies are related to viruses and bacteria. So again, if you raise your frequency by, there's a number of things you can do to raise your frequency, then the bacteria and the viruses cannot live because they're already, it's too high of a frequency for them. So that's a good way to do it. I know a lot of doctors are using laser therapy now. There's red lasers and blue lasers, and they use that for healing. Each frequency of light has a different, each color of light has a different frequency. So that, if you have cancer, cancer has been treated, people have been treated cancer with Reiki, and it has really helped some people. You cannot say it's a cure, there's no diagnosis or cure, but definitely people have lessened a lot of their
complications.
Their pains and their complications, right.
Now, let me ask you this, because you mentioned about the body energy. What is the body energy called?
So in Reiki, it's called Ki, which is the Japanese form of the word, and Chinese it's Qi, and in India it would be Prana. It's called Huna. In various different languages, they have different names for it. Universal life force, God energy. So it's all the same thing that everything living has as you go through it. So let me see what.
Now, let's say an individual, if the person goes through a state of depression,
right?
What is happening to that person's energy at that point?
Usually, it could be a depressed, it could be a mental depression, it could be complications of a physical illness or a depression of the entire body state. There are 5 principles in Reiki that are used that I wrote down, which I didn't mention before. And Reiki practitioners say this every day, and they say, just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. And just for today, I will be kind to every living thing. So basically, that just helps your mental state immensely. If you're focused, whatever you focus on, gets larger and larger. So be sure to focus on things that bring you joy, happiness. If you love flowers, surround yourself with flowers. There are so many problems out there in the world that you really have to be selfish in terms of making sure that you are just ingesting the thoughts and ideas and people that are good for you. Because you could turn on the news and just kind of energy flowing, and you could practice an energy flow yourself by creating an energy ball in your own hands. You tap your hands together and you just move your hands back and forth, kind of twisting it around, and you could look on the internet for creating an energy ball. What will start to happen is your palms will start to feel tingling, and you're creating an energy ball that you can then move around. And you can also send, visualize just sending energy throughout your body. You could sit under a large tree and visualize the energy coming up through the ground, coming down from the tree. So there are different techniques, energy techniques that you can use to increase your own energy. The whole thing about Eastern medicine is that in Eastern medicine, they highly prize tonics. So something that raises your entire body system. So ginseng, ginkgo biloba, anything that raises up everything. While Western medicine tends to look for one specific thing that will just cure one specific thing.
Gotcha.
While the Orientals will say, well, what good is that? You've done this one thing, but here are the side effects, and then
Right.
nothing happens. So if you have a very strong system for your whole body, then you self-heal.
Now, how long would it take to self-heal?
Well, I mean, that's a big question in terms of sometimes people don't want to heal, even though they say they want to heal.
Really?
And that has come up sometimes, some healers, because that might be a lesson they need to learn. They might like to be taken care of. But let's just say you want to heal, and you truly want to heal. I mean, it all depends on what you're trying, and also what works for one person might not work for something else. So try Reiki, go to a session. There are people all over, different training sessions that will give Reiki sessions. You could try pranic healing, quantum touch. Let's see, what are those other, what are the other ones that I was saying? There's a number of different Brennan healing, pranic healing, quantum touch, theta healing. There's a lot of different healing sessions. Some people don't like the energy work. They prefer more physical manipulation, or they like to do the herbal remedies or the water therapies. So it all depends. You have to, if you're on a healing path, it is a path that could last your whole life. It's a path that will bring you to explore all sorts of avenues and take you places that you never knew existed.
Really quickly, where can we find a Reiki healer? If someone wants to-
I think there's if you go to like a local vitamin store, they have these Conscious Choice magazines. They have monthly aspectarian magazines. You might look online for Reiki healers. Ask around, ask massage therapists if they know of a good Reiki healer. Usually healers will know other healers of different types.
If someone wants to get in touch with you and discuss this more, you got a website you can give them?
I don't have a website at this time. They could
Email you or something?
me at margotdumel@yahoo.com.
Okay. All right. And that's all we have for now. It was really great. I've got so many questions I want to get
How does
really
your
to the
head
root of
feel
it.
now?
My head feel. I had a headache when I came in. I don't have a headache anymore.
I didn't even know you had a headache.
I'm telling you, I had a headache. It's not a head. I don't have a headache anymore, and I feel great. So Reiki,
Okay,
there's
that's
something
good.
to this.
Reiki,
There's something to this.
Definitely.